the feelings that I have on Tryst Six Venom by Penelope Douglas are so insane that like I both liked and hated this book at the same time. What I liked about this book is that the characters did grow and learn and like realize that like, oh, like I did all these bad things because I liked you. And they became better people by the end of this book. That's something that I really liked. There was really great character growth in this book. What I don't like is that it's set in high school. Listen, I understand that this is a dark romance, that this is a taboo, that it's supposed to be fulfilling all of these things. But where I have an issue with this is that it is set in high school. I am a bookseller and I see young people, 11, 12, 13, like young people go into the romance aisle and pick up romances where I am so, like, I am a schmex positive person. I love that people are finding books and reading, like, find yourself, find what you like. Like, people are, whatever age you are, you're gonna find these things. It doesn't matter. But when this book has a, I'm gonna say these words and probably get banned, a degradation schmink, a bullying schmink, like, all of these things in it. And yes, there is a content warning. The content warning says, this book deals with emotionally difficult topics, including abuse, bullying, homophobia, suicide, self-harm, violence, body shaming, and fat phobia, sexual assault, emotional and physical abuse, eating disorders, and outing. Anyone who believes such content may be upsetting towards them is encouraged to consider their well-being before choosing to continue reading. Yes, great content warning. I love content warnings. Great. But a high schooler who goes and peruses the aisle, or a young person who's younger than a middle schooler, a fifth grader, who wants to read a romance and is considering their own, like, they want to read a romance book, an older romance book, because yes, kids do that. I promise you they do, because I see it every day. They will see this book and see on the back, oh, a high schooler, that's for me. But this being degradation, like all of these things, bullying, and their brain not thinking that like, oh, or knowing that these are schminks, like they're not gonna know that this isn't a normal relationship. These aren't things that consenting people that consenting people talk about. Like, this is something I want. And then they talk about that, and then they proceed to do that in consenting ways to each other or with multiple people. That isn't the norm for a relationship. Like, this is like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, so you see this kid pick up this book and they read this and they're like, oh, this is how you are supposed to treat a partner. That's what I'm talking about. Like me in high school, I went to buy tickets for my friends in a movie. Me, a senior in high school, a 18-year-old, who they are 18 in this book, was like, oh, there's a child ticket, an adult ticket, and there's a senior ticket. And I said, senior? A senior ticket? And I saw that it was off. I was like, seniors? We're seniors! And I proceeded to buy 6 senior tickets. That's how high schoolers think, or at least high schoolers when I was a high schooler, because that's what I thought. Seniors, we're seniors, I can get senior tickets. No, they mean 65 and older, Samantha. Samantha! So that's where I have a problem with this being set in high school, is that high schoolers not going to know that these degradations, this bullying, this is all schminks. This is all something that people like sexually and consent to out, like in a relationship or partnerships or polyamory in relationships. And they talk about it and then proceed to play out these things like this is not normal. So that's where I have that issue. Other than that, the other issue that I take with this is, and I don't know, I need other sapphics to just check in with me here. Some of the sex seemed a little unrealistic. I was talking with a few of my other friends and I was like, listen, it was hot, but am I the only one not doing this? Am I just like chronically ill enough to not do this? Like, is it me? Am I the problem? I told you this is going to be a dissertation. Like, some of the things I'm like, yes, let's go. I'm doing this. Absolutely. And then other things I'm like, did a straight person write this? So everyone, like, when I read sapphic books, the author is queer until proven straight. I don't know anything about Penelope Douglas. She could be queer. She could have had a relationship with a woman, a non-binary person, someone who, you know. So I'm not assuming anything about this author. So, but some of these seemed like corn played out on the screen, just on the pages. Just saying. I don't know. I could be rambling at this point, but overall, this was an interesting read. I would say just, don't put books like this in high school. I understand that they are immature. I understand that the book wouldn't hit as hard if they weren't in high school. I understand all of those points. But again, hear my point of you're going to get the kids who pick them up and not know those things. So just maybe put it like freshman year in college and they knew each other through high school and you had that build and they went to this and now they will go to the same college in the same town or something. I don't know. Make it like have that build, have that background, like have that really good world building behind that and just have that be like the start of it. Like have a little fun intro there and be like, we've had this, family rivalry, blah, 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 blah. And that be the beginning and all of that jazz. Or have it be like, I don't know, rivalry colleges in the same town. I don't know. But just not high school. On top of that, the other thing I had a lot of issue with was the bullying. Women on women bullying is so much worse. Oh my gosh. Like, so many of my friends who read dark romance are like, oh my God, the bully romances are the best. I'm like, okay, cool. But when you take two women bullying each other, do you understand how bad women bullying each other are? Like we gold medaled in this sport in middle school. Middle school. We are horrible to each other. Like, the scene in this, like, I almost had to stop reading. It was so bad. That's where I had to stop. It wasn't the degradation. It wasn't the other stuff. It wasn't like the unrealistic schmecks in some of the scenes. No, it was the bullying because I was like, this is hitting too hard. I've been bullied so bad in my life. Oh my God. Crap. No, it was that. But like, okay, maybe you like that kind of stuff. Maybe you like her like circling the parts of your body that aren't the greatest. What do I know? Anyhoodle. Tryst Six Venom. It was okay. If you want to read dark romances, sapphic, like, there are probably better dark romances out there. But Penelope Douglas is known for her very, very, very tabooness, and this probably hit everything. Like, I see why she's so controversial, and I see why she has so many followers too. So, make your own opinions, but just know this was mine.